Now let's start making the dragon's ears. We embroider 2 lines on the yellow one using the orange yarn, and using the yellow yarn to embroider the green one. Now I will show you how to make the yellow one. First, make a magic ring. Chain 1 to secure the circle, and then make 4 single crochet into the magic ring. Count back from the last single crochet stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mark the very first stitch with the stitch marker. Now we pull the yarn tail to close the magic ring. Then we will make a slip stitch into the first stitch. Insert the hook. Yarn over and pull the yarn through all the loops. Lift the crochet hook upward and tighten the slip stitch. At round 2, we need to repeat the sequence of 1 single crochet, 1 increase for a total of 2 times. And first, let's make a chain to begin this round. Make a single crochet in the hole where we just made the slip stitch, and mark the first stitch with a stitch marker. Next stitch, make an increase. This means making 2 single crochet stitches into the same hole. Next, make a single crochet, and then make an increase. Make a slip stitch to connect the first stitch, and pull tight. Remove the stitch marker. Adjust the piece so that the right side is facing outwards. At round 3, we need to make 6 increase for this round. Chain 1. Make an increase into the first stitch. Mark the first stitch with the stitch marker. This one. Make an increase in each stitch. There will be 12 stitches in this round. Make a slip stitch into the first stitch, and pull tight. Next round, we need to make a single crochet in each stitch for a total of 12. Chain 1, 1 single crochet, and mark it. Next, make the single crochet stitches all this round. Make a slip stitch in the first stitch. Yarn over and pull through. Pull tight. Now we have just finished round 4. At round 5, first make a chain stitch. In this round, we need to repeat the sequence of 1 single crochet, 1 decrease for a total of 4 times. Make 1 single crochet and mark it. After that, make a decrease and we use the invisible way to decrease. Insert the hook into the only front loops of the next 2 stitches. Yarn over, pull through both front loops. Yarn over and pull through again. And this is the decrease stitch we just made. Repeat the sequence 3 more times. Next, make a single crochet. After that, make an invisible decrease. Pull hook through both front loops. Yarn over and pull through. Make a single crochet, and then make a decrease. One more time, make a single crochet, and then make a decrease. Make a slip stitch to connect the first stitch. Leaving a long tail about 20 centimeters, cut the yarn. Remove the stitch marker. And we can cut the yarn tail of the magic ring here. Pull out the yarn tail. Now we need to embroider 2 lines on the ear. Take the orange yarn and thread it onto the needle. Make a knot at the end of the yarn tail. Stick the needle into this hole. Pull tight, let the knot into the piece. Stick needle into the hole of last round, just like this. And bring it out from this hole. Stick needle into the same hole of the last round again, like this. Make a knot. Cut the yarn. Next, we fold the ear in half and sew it with the yarn. First, stick the needle through this hole and sew twice. Now the ear has been completed, and make the other ear yourself. Now let's start making the dragon's wings. The yellow one uses the orange yarn and the green one uses the yellow yarn. Now I will show you how to make the orange one. As before, we wrap the yarn to make a magic ring. Chain 1 to secure the circle. And then make 4 single crochet into the magic ring. Count back from the last single crochet stitch. Find the 4th V and mark it with the stitch marker. It's the first stitch of round 1. Now we pull the yarn tail to close the magic ring. And then insert your hook into the marked hole. Yarn over and pull the yarn through all the loops. Pull tight. At round 2, we need to make 4 increase for this round. Chain 1. Insert hook into the first stitch and make 2 single crochet stitches. Find the first stitch and mark it. These 2 stitches are the increase stitches, and this one is the chain stitch. So we mark the first single crochet with the stitch marker. And then make an increase in each stitch. After that, make a slip stitch into the first stitch. There will be 8 stitches in this round. Make a slip stitch and pull tight. Adjust the piece. At round 3, we will repeating the sequence of 1 single crochet, 1 increase for a total of 4 times. Chain 1. Make a single crochet and mark it. Next hole, make an increase. Make a single crochet and then make an increase. A single crochet, an increase. Last group, make a single crochet and next an increase. And now there will be 12 stitches in this round. Make a slip stitch into the first stitch and pull tight. Now we are at round 4. This round we make a single crochet in each stitch for a total of 12. Chain 1 and make a single crochet. Mark the first stitch with the stitch marker. Next, make the single crochet stitches all this round. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. After 12 stitches, make a slip stitch into the first stitch and pull tight. Remove the stitch marker. Now we're at round 5. This is the key round of the wing. We can cut the magic ring yarn tail at first. Let the right side to face out. Now we fold the piece like this. Now we can see that the stitches in this round all correspond one by one. And there are 6 sets. So we need to crochet 6 pattern groups in this round. First, crochet 4 chain stitches. After that, make a slip stitch into the first stitch. But here we need to insert 2 V's like this. That is to say, there are 2 stitches on the hook now. Yarn over and make a slip stitch. This is the first pattern group. After that, slip to the next stitch. Insert your hook into the next 2 V's. Make a slip stitch. After that, crochet 4 chain stitches and make a slip stitch in the same hole. It's the second pattern group. Repeat this pattern. Insert your hook into the next 2 V's. Make a slip stitch. And then chain 4. And make a slip stitch in the same hole. In a word, from the second group, we repeat the sequence of slip stitch, chain 4, slip stitch. Now crochet the next group. Insert into the next 2 V's, make a slip stitch. Chain 4, make a slip stitch in the same hole. Slip stitch, chain 4, slip into the same hole. Now we made 5 pattern groups. The last group, insert into the next 2 V's. Maybe a bit narrow here. Make a slip stitch. Chain 4. Make a slip stitch in the same hole. And let's leaving a long tail about 20 centimeters. Cut the yarn and pull out the yarn tail. We need to deal with the ending cause the hole is obvious now. Thread yarn tail onto the needle. Stick the needle like this. After that, stick into this hole. Now it looks like nice and smooth. We will use the yarn tail to sew the wing onto the dragon's body. Make the other wing yourself.